What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. Now in this video today we're taking a look at an anti-meta pulse rifle, one that doesn't see a lot of time in the limelight. So if you want to check out one of the most underrated pulse rifles I feel inside Destiny 2, then be sure to stick around and check out the video. Now if you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new around here and want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. So before we get started today, I want to first invite you all to our community Discord. We have 1,200 members in our community Discord now. It's a fast growing community and we have an excellent LFG here as well. So if you want to fire team up either with myself or members of the community and get stuff done for your moment of triumph, then be sure to jump in. It's available to everyone, as I said, and the link can be found in the video description below. So if you haven't jumped in already, be sure to do so and we'll see you soon. Now with the launch of Season of Arrival's high impact pulse rifles saw a nice buff, which saw them rise to the forefront of pulse rifles inside PvP. Pulse rifles aren't really meta inside PvP. Auto rifles most definitely take the crown in that regard, especially if you have a 600 RPM auto rifle. However, there are still some excellent pulse rifles inside Destiny 2 and some that don't see the limelight at all, which are actually performing very well inside the current sandbox. Now in this video today, we're going to take a look at one of those, and this pulse rifle today is the Bad Juju. This is an exotic kinetic pulse rifle. It comes with the intrinsic perk String of Curses, where kills refill the magazine, increase damage for a short duration, and grant super energy based on the strength of String of Curses. It also allows the weapon to fire in full auto. And another key perk on the Bad Juju itself is Hip Fire Grip. This also got a huge buff this season, and this increases your accuracy, stability and precision hit targeting when you're firing from the hip. And when you can fire from the hip in full auto, that is a very powerful perk indeed. Now if you don't have the Bad Juju, you can obtain this by completing or buying 18 tributes in the tribute hall. This will grant you access to a secret ascendant mission, which will grant you the Bad Juju if you can complete it successfully. Now as often the case with some of these weapons, it also has a catalyst available. I always complete these in the Whisper mission, as that is by far the quickest way to do it. And the catalyst itself will extend the duration of String of Curses, which as we said before, will increase your weapon's damage based on the stacks of String of Curses that you have. So that is what the Bad Juju is, and that's where we can get it and complete the catalyst. But how is it performing in the current sandbox? As we said at the beginning of the video, high impact pulse rifles are definitely king at the moment when it comes to formidable weapons inside the Crucible. These can include things like the Cold Denial, which is available this season very easily as part of the Umbral engram. For example, the optimal time to kill on the Cold Denial is just 0.67 of a second. And that's simply 2 bursts and 6 critical hits to deliver that. Then if you have a look at the other end of the scale, it can take 3.3 bursts, which is 1.6 seconds to kill a Guardian if you're only able to achieve body shots. Now the only way to improve these time to kills is as a result of any damage dealing perks. Things like multi-kill clip, swashbuckler and rampage are all possible options when it comes to high impact pulse rifles. Now the Bad Juju itself, based on its rate of fire, comes in as a lightweight frame, which means to deliver its optimal time to kill, you need to land 2.67 bursts, which is 8 critical shots. And this will deliver a time to kill of 0.87 of a second. And if you look at the other end of the scale, it can take 4.3 bursts, which is 12 body shots, to defeat a Guardian if you only get body shots. And this will defeat a Guardian in 1.3 seconds. So what this shows us is that if you can land your shots, then most definitely a high impact frame pulse rifle is the way to go. However, if you want a little bit more leeway and a little bit more forgiveness in your play, then the Bad Juju, whilst the optimal time to kill is ever so slightly longer, it actually has a reduced maximum time to kill across the entire archetype. So all in all, those numbers are quite interesting to see, especially when you consider Bad Juju has String of Curses available, which as you get kills not only increase your damage but also help you grant super energy as well. So instead of getting those 1 or 2 supers a game, you're getting 2 or 3 supers per match just because you're using the Bad Juju instead of any of those other pulse rifles. Now one of the biggest differences between the Bad Juju, for example, and even Cold Denial, which is a high impact pulse rifle, is most notably the range. Cold Denial has a range stat which is 19 above Bad Juju, which has a base range of just 42, which is one of the lowest across the classes. However, when you consider the other stats that are available across varying different types of pulse rifles, the Bad Juju really does stand strong. If we take a look at this graph here, we can see the Bad Juju alongside Outlast, which is a rapid fire frame pulse rifle, Last Perdition, which is an adaptive frame, and Cold Denial, which is a high impact frame. So as you can see, the range stat is really standing out there at plus 19 for the Cold Denial. But then when you look at the stability, handling, and reload alongside the recoil stats, the Bad Juju comes out on top across pretty much all 4 of those areas. And those 4 areas are super important when it comes to the look and feel of the weapon, but also how it feels to perform inside the Crucible. So what this means is whilst the effective range of the Bad Juju is marginally less than the high impact pulses, it feels like a much more consistent and light weapon to use. It will allow you excellent maneuverability, and whilst its inventory size is also relatively low, it doesn't really matter when it instantly reloads from reserves as a result of a kill. So as long as you're getting kills, it's going to reload that for you in full auto, and also provide String of Curses, which is going to boost your damage as well. So when you have a group of enemies together, that is very noticeable when it comes to mowing them down. Now another important thing to consider with the Bad Juju is the ornaments that are available. Now whilst these only change the weapon cosmetically, they do actually impact the scope of the weapon as well. And as a result, you can have some very open scopes which allow you for excellent visibility even when you're ADSing. Now Bad Juju is great inside any 6v6 activity. Things like Clash, Control, or even Classic Mix are fantastic options, as the more enemies that you have on the other team, the more likely you are to get multi-kills and proc that String of Curses to boost your overall damage. Now whilst the effective range on the Bad Juju is a little bit less than its high impact cousins, it's important to pair it well inside the energy slot. And a weapon that I found very good for the Bad Juju was the 7th Seraph shotgun. This was available back in the Season of Dawn. I believe it is actually available as part of the Unbuilt engrams over in the tower as well. So if you don't have a good one, you can actually get one with a similar role to Fellwinter's Lie, except this shotgun is a lightweight frame, so you naturally move faster while having that weapon equipped. But that being said, there are many options inside the energy slot, things like the Ikelos SMG, the Fellwinter's Lie itself, or even Mindbender's Ambition, as that is still relevant and current inside the current season. So overall, Bad Juju is an excellent and consistent weapon to use. It has some of the highest stability, handling, reload, and recoil stats across any of the pulse rifles available inside Destiny 2. And whilst it has a slightly lower effective range, its consistency and increased damage dealing perk in String of Curses makes this a formidable weapon you can fire in full auto. And if you want to get 3 supers per round instead of 1 or 2, then be sure to stick it on and give it a try. So there we have it, Bad Juju, the anti-meta pulse rifle currently inside Destiny 2. But be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Now if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new around here and want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, but I will catch you all again very soon.